some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
Here's Thompson. Sinks that one from the post. Thompson's got his second basket of the game. To the middle. Here's Rollins. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been on display for Milwaukee. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We'll be back in a moment.
23.
With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Mavericks trail by 17. Down low. Gafford with the bucket. Gafford's got 9.
Nice decision by Irving there to set up his teammate.
And out of bounds, Dallas will have it.
Dallas ball.
And so it's Irving who brings up the ball for Dallas. You know, Clark, watching Kyrie Irving, he still does things you just can't believe.
His ball handling ability is just remarkable, and his finishing ability surpasses his rush hour handles, and that's saying a ton. He can beat anybody off the dribble. He can make tough shots. He really is one of the elite scorers from the guard position in the history of the NBA. I don't think that's an overstatement. From the angles he finishes, the shots he can make, he's as elite as we've had in the league.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Brian, with the Bucks switching coaches midway through last season, Doc Rivers, experienced with star-laden rosters, he said, quote, "I resist thinking that you can't coach players. I have no problem holding them accountable. If you don't do it, you're not going to win." Brian, the pressure's on to get it done.
Burden of expectations. It's title or bust. Thanks, Allie.
When it comes to stuffing the stat sheet, Antetokounmpo does it very well in just about every category. But his greatest strength is he's a dominant scorer.
A savage reverse jam. That takes great body control.
No question. He was making a statement right there, man.
Memorable. Keep that one in the career highlight reel for sure.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
Back to Lopez. Oh, they get a hand on it. Pass to Lillard. Washington grabs the miss. Mavericks trail by 16. Inside. Gafford.
Daniel Gafford.
And the dunk by Gafford.
Bucks ball.
Hey, when Irving is creating for others, he's even more difficult to slow down.
Timeout called. Milwaukee.
Once again, Bucks fans, let's hear it for your young Bucks dancers.
Milwaukee leading by 14. Outside Porter. Pass to Portis. Antetokounmpo outside. And Gafford with the block.
Out of bounds.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Gafford. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Count it. Portis has got 8.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Porter's shot is off. Mavericks trail by 16. Here's Dinwiddie. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Najee Marshall.
And, you know, guys, we've talked about Dinwiddie's height before. Well, he does a good job using that height with these strong finishes.
Now here's Porter, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. Antetokounmpo. And that one's good. Antetokounmpo has got 6 here in the quarter.
Well, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Ooh, bouncy. That should give him a nice lift.
Good timing. They needed that one.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
And Dallas calls time here. Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
And Dallas making a change here. Irving for 3. Dallas no good that time either.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
I mean, the size and athleticism of Giannis, arguably without precedent, an incredibly prolific finisher.
And Davis gets it to go.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Prince can really elevate now. He plays much bigger than 6'7", and we just saw an example of that there.
Washington outside. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. From outside the arc. The rebound by the Bucks.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide open look in space there.
Antetokounmpo with it. Checked by Washington. Antetokounmpo can't connect. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Irving, no good.
Man, miss after miss for him. When you're having a quarter like this, the only beneficiary is the defense.
Back to Porter. Here's Prince. And he bangs it home with one hand.
Nice basic one-hander there.
Hey, I think he got some extra bounce off the ground on that one.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's what it looked like to me. I mean, he was way up there.
And so it's Milwaukee. They have a confident 20-point lead right now. Well, it's clear the defensive focus was to shut. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the work. Or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. And so it's Lillard who brings up the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. They lead by 20. That's the most we've seen.
All 5 guys are in sync. Their ball movement is flawless.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Here's Marshall. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window.
They need to run plays for him, get him more touches, whatever it takes to get him producing.
Out to the right wing. To the inside. Lopez. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. More and more, we're seeing international players come into the league who are NBA ready, Grant.
It really is a sight to see, BA. And some of those guys start playing pro ball when they're 16 or 17 years old. It toughens you up real quick playing against older competition at that age.
Williams with it. He's picked up by Lillard. It's picked off. Here's Antetokounmpo. And Giannis with the dunk.
Giannis always trying to impact the game at both ends, but really has become a workhorse on the offensive end.
Outside, Williams. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
That's exactly what you work for, a high percentage look.
Pass to Lillard. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
You cannot measure heart, but Dame is as big as anybody's.
All right, guys, what do you think so far about the offensive approach for the Bucks?
They've been slippery getting into the lane all game long, putting that help defense to the test.
And, you know, they've done a fantastic job scoring inside as a result, finding plenty of opportunities to cash in near the hoop.
Kuzma outside. Back to Lillard. Well, Grant, there are a few players in the league who can attack a defense from the logo, but Lillard is one of them.
Yeah, and he makes it look so easy. You have to pick him up at the half-court line, and it's been that way for about a decade.
And he makes both free throws. Well, Clark, Lillard's scoring isn't what it once was, but he's still a major threat from outside.
He sure is. I tell you what, he's got such great range and such command of the ball and his body. He can get the shot he wants more times than not. And he's actually gotten better, I think, when he's working off the ball. You still have to be very much aware of where Damian Lillard is when he's on the court.
Here's Dinwiddie. Rebounded by the Bucks.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Now into the lineup for your Bucks, Kevin Porter Jr.
Fourth quarter play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I'm sure the league would like to shorten that time officials are at the table.
Tell me about it. You wonder if a time limit should be instituted. If they can't figure it out after a minute or so, just go with how it was called on the floor.
Punctuating the end of that play with an exclamation point. Lillard, a natural-born finisher.
Pass to Marshall. Tipped away. Over Kuzma. And too long on the shot. To the middle. Here's Lillard. And the dunk by Lillard.
The longer this game goes on, the hotter he gets.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
The deep three. Rebounded by Lopez.
It's never easy from that distance, but we see him drill those and shoot around all the time.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check. Maybe a step out of his range.
They've been very well-rounded and extremely focused.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Here's Dinwiddie. 6 to shoot. Fires away from way outside. Rebounded by Kuzma.
If you're looking for ways to help your team, that's last on the list.
Hey, that's crazy there. I mean, insanity. At least wait until you get across half court. My goodness.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Bucks.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, BA, just a total